I'll tell you my least favorite part with Sports Illustrated guys getting my golf cart with me and asking me a bunch of questions while I'm trying to focus on golf.
Bam!
Pow! 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 This is a PSA that's going out to the entire audience. It is proven that length does not matter. It's a pretty exciting day today, guys.
Yeah.
Do you know why it is, Gary?
You're going to Ireland?
Oh, well, separately. Today is the 50th episode of the Dan's Golf World Show. 50
All right.
in the books. Man, I feel like we have talked about it all. We've learned a lot about each other, but yet there's still so much more to uncover.
There's some things I don't want to learn about these people, though, as well.
Such as?
What you mean, these people?
Why are you looking at me, man?
I saw him look at Josh.
Hey,
That side eye was hard.
Yeah.
It was a heavy side eye.
It's so messed up.
Wow. Well, is there anything anybody wants to
In
share
love.
that maybe hasn't been said on the show yet?
Please don't.
Okay, good. All right.
I'm a big fan of Tiger.
4th of July was last week, and I don't know, we didn't even talk about it on the show. We were so excited to get out and get some sunburn. But also, over the holiday weekend, we had the John Deere Classic.
Yeah, we did.
We sure did. And once again, another showdown on tour. These guys, they can't get it done in regulation. What are we doing? We need more holes in the round?
Almost every single week, we're going to a playoff, it seems like.
Are we 3 weeks in a row so far? Okay, so we went to overtime at Oakmont.
Yep.
Travelers.
Yep.
Did we go overtime at Rocket? At the Red Rocket?
I think it was maybe one.
Maybe
Wait, well,
not.
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, we went overtime again in
No,
Deal
because
John
wasn't
Deere.
the Rocket where Keegan just made the putt and Tommy just put his head down and...
Oh, yeah, that was not OC.
No, not overtime. Okay, whatever. Well, this
But-
still seems like a lot. Okay.
Do we want to
Liv
talk
was-
more about this?
Yeah,
Liv was Liv had playoff holes, and the DP World Tour this past weekend had playoff holes.
So if we're counting both tours, then every weekend we're getting overtime.
You know what? You've made me correct again. Thank you.
There we go. You're welcome.
You solved that. Well, Brian Campbell's back in the winner's circle.
Look at that.
I mean, you know what? Look at that trophy. Look at this thing.
I think that's such a bad trophy.
Bad?
Yeah.
It's majestic, dude.
It
That
is
could go up on
majestic.
your mantle in your log cabin you got there, Josh.
I'd put a little
log
stick
cabin.
figure of
Yeah.
Josh behind the deer so it gets hit in the head by the...
I mean, Josh, what do you want to see? Like a toy tractor for John Deere? What do you?
It would be sweet to see a golden tractor.
Would you
a
like
golden tractor? Wow.
the Pokemon version of the deer? What would that be called? A
A
Deerzard?
saws, no, a sawsbuck.
Deer Zard.
A sawsbuck is what the deer.
Saws.
It's a
Pokemon.
Deerzard. Don't get it wrong.
Wow.
Is this something like a chicken jockey? I don't know. Like
Chicken jockey.
I watched
He's
that
got a little
movie finally.
bowling ball in his hand.
Gary, do you know what the chicken jockey is?
No,
So you haven't seen the Minecraft movie 500 times.
never even.
You should. It's great. Jack Black, wwonderful job.
I
Great.
watched it for
Jack
the first
Black, I'll
time this
watch it.
weekend.
Yeah.
It was actually really good. I thought it could have been a lot worse.
La 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 la.
Wow.
Chicken. Ooh, Steve's a chicken. Is as na 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 na. Is as tasty as hell. Yeah. Gary's got the guitar going.
you know it's a great review of a movie when you're like, I thought it was actually pretty good. I mean, it could have been a lot worse.
It could have been way worse.
That movie literally could have gone anywhere.
It could have.
It's like a round of golf. I mean, hey, this could have went way worse. This could have went way
It was
worse.
so much better if I made it in the hole.
Brian Campbell was making it in the hole.
Hey, was.
With
Yeah, he was.
With a
As Gary's-
275-yard average drive. Impressive.
Dude, he's officially
171 from 171.
the shortest hitter on the PGA Tour. Does this prove that length doesn't matter?
I tell everybody, you want to hit the ball. Golf's a game of opposites. You want to hit the ball longer, swing smoother. You want to hit up in the air, hit down on it. Walter Hagen.
So this is a PSA that's going out to the entire audience that
Stop swinging
it is
so
proven
fast.
that length does not matter. Thank you. Just wanted to get that out there on the record. Because, hey, but here's the thing. We're talking about rolling the ball back.
It's your up and down game.
We're talking about distance being one of the biggest issues out there on tour, that these guys are out playing these courses. And then you get a guy out of 171 tour players is ranked 171st in distance. Dead last.
What's also crazy is his first one in 10 years, and that's way better than Tommy's last one.
I thought he just won this year
Yeah, Gary. He won the Mexico Open back in February.
in a playoff.
Playoffs.
See, once again, extra holes. There we go. Into extra innings. Log it.
It is just crazy, though, how close all of these players really are when you think about it. I mean, you take somebody who's 171st in distance overall, and he's still able to win, big championships like this, or big rounds, big tournaments.
Tournaments.
That's the word. That's the word.
All right, here's a potentially like not hot take, maybe it's like a warm take.
Lukewarm.
I would say the best guy on the Korn Ferry Tour is better than the bottom guy on the PGA Tour.
I could see that.
Yeah, I think that. I don't know.
All right.
I'm just saying.
They just haven't had their chance.
Well,
yet.
how greedy
Yeah.
are they?
But why are they still on the actual tour, the PGA Tour, and haven't slipped back down to the Korn Ferry?
A lot of these guys, they've got exemptions, they've got things, whatever. Like Zach Johnson, he kept hanging on to his tour card because he had like career money earnings. So he was no longer winning, shouldn't have a PGA Tour card anymore, but he had this qualification from a book of reasons that we can't take your tour card. And his was, I won a long time ago a bunch. Which I'm fine with that. Do I think, Zach Johnson should be out doing mini tours in like Southern Texas? Probably not.
Well, here's a question.
Either way.
Do we find that like when we have a week like this, when the names were not really stacked at the top, or like even Oakmont or something like that, when we were watching that, when the names aren't stacked at the top, do we find we aren't tuned in as much as when it's all the big names we know competing?
A little bit. I like definitely, I like to keep up with the tournament throughout the weekend. And then I'm in and out of like the app, seeing where everything's at. And if I'm seeing some names, it looks like it's coming down to it. It's getting exciting. I got to get the TV on. I want to at least see the last hour or two of the broadcast. And sometimes I find myself like, well, I'll just check the app. We'll get our updates here.
And that course, like historically, if you keep it in play, you're going to do well. You do have to hit the ball semi-long, and 275 is plenty long to get the job done, obviously.
Gary, as the only person here who has played TPC Deere Run, I'm going to go to you as the expert on this. What do you feel like is the course's biggest defense? Is it length? Is it rough? Is it undulation?
If you're not
Undulations.
If you're not tactically placing the ball well for your drive, you won't give yourself a good second setup shot. I mean, the whole course, has its nuances to where it's difficult, but honestly, if you're driving the ball well and getting it anywhere near the hole, you're going to be fine. So
fairways and reg.
Dude, if you're having a very good fairways and reg day, you're going to do well here. But obviously, you gotta still putt. You gotta do everything. It's without a doubt not an easy course, but if you're driving the ball well, you're gonna have a much better day.
Well, you know what? I think Brian Campbell is proof that it's not necessarily about hitting the ball the farthest. It's about hitting it the best.
So I'm noticing as I'm watching all the tournaments go throughout the year with PGA Tour, LIV Tour, DP World Tour, I'm watching the greens.
Yeah,
and I'm noticing the difference between their greens and like the muni greens, like when we go out with the buddies and go hit some balls.
The buddies.
I'm noticing that the greens that are regulated for tournaments, it almost seems like, it's not at all of them, but most of them recently on the PGA Tour at least, it seems like that their greens almost are like a bowl where like the edges, if you get it on the edge, it's just going to roll back
like
in.
it's wanting to kind of give a little forgiveness.
There's a little love and help.
As opposed to like Pinehurst number 2, where we saw Bryson win his U.S. Open last year, where it before the green even ended, before it got to fringe, it was just already rolling off. Like fringe was halfway down the slope. You know what I mean? The slope side there.
Like Augusta.
Oh.
And to be honest with you, I've only played this course after it's over, the John Deere, and there's always been like the grandstands up. So I am playing it with the highest rough, with the fastest greens. So it's definitely that in my head is the driving ability.
It was kind of interesting. I saw an interview with Phil Mickelson this week, and he gave his they asked the top 5, but it was his top 3 what he gave of his hardest courses.
Ooh. All right. What's Phil got?
Instantaneously, number 1, Oakmont. He just,
no questions
without
asked.
batting an eye, Oakmont. He's like, Oakmont's super hard.
Same answer Dustin Johnson gave a few weeks back. They're like, hardest golf course. He's like, Oakmont. Like number 2, he's like, I don't know. But Oakmont is number one.
Yeah.
And Phil was kind of, he came up pretty quick, and he was Torrey Pines. That was his number 2. He's like, the length of that being at sea level, it's like 72 or something like that. It's super, super long.
Torrey Pines, Gary. How's Tiger done there historically?
Pretty well.
Yeah, he is.
Well, and then number 3 was Augusta.
Better than Tommy.
Yeah. He said Augusta. He said Augusta National was the number 3.
Next week when I fly to the British Open and see Tommy Fleetwood, because I'll be there.
I love you, Tommy.
I'll make sure I don't bring up any of your comments when I'm talking to him in person.
Speaking of Tommy Fleetwood, I was just scrolling through some of my favorite talks and stuff like that, and I saw the Keegan Bradley shots at Travelers from the point of view from behind where Tommy was like in the view and Keegan was there putting, and he just had his head buried and he couldn't even watch it.
He
and
never even saw the ball go in.
Didn't even watch it.
It confirms that he doesn't watch the episodes.
Facts.
He doesn't watch our stuff because I put that in the show.
Facts.
I just said I did watch. I was rewatching stuff, is what I'm saying.
Oh, you were rewatching our stuff.
Yes.
Oh, the way you said
See.
you were watching talks,
That's
like
what I
TikToks.
No, it's on one of my favorites. I was rewatching
Yeah,
some of my
we're in his
favorites,
algorithm.
like-
You know
Stop
what I mean?
attacking Richard.
I was about to say, hold on.
No, I
Josh
did
is still
see it.
defensive from that early side eye. Listen,
Yeah.
we need some time to
Take a seat
recover.
like
It's okay.
Gizmo.
Yeah.
Well, I do think it's interesting, though. Some of the guys, they talk about the difficulty of Augusta and sort of what makes it different than like an Oakmont. Oakmont, for example, they don't play there every year. And most years when they go back, it's different. However, Augusta, a lot of these guys have played 20 years in a row. Some of these guys know the course inside and out. They know the green. They could draw it on a napkin. And, you go to some of these other courses where they are moving around for the other majors. There is that part where they're like, we got to get out there. We got to get some practice rounds in. We got to see how this course is playing. And I do think that makes a difference. You have guys, how many times has Phil Mickelson played at Augusta National? Probably a whole lot more than the guy who peed in the creek. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Minimum 20
One
times.
verse every year for the past, 20 years?
Yeah.
And the thing is, if you change this, Stimpmeter to even a 12 or 11 and the year prior was 13, you have a totally different course.
It's an interesting point.
So even if they fluctuate those stents just a little bit, you're just totally wreaking havoc in the minds of those that are playing it for sure.
So what is the stent
The
meter?
Stimpmeter
Yeah.
is it's sort of this long device that is used for measuring greens, and it's sort of standardized. So it's the same device that all these guys use, so they can all get the same sort of reading. And there's a little slot where your ball rests in it. And as you raise it, once it gets to a certain height, the ball then can fall out of that slot and roll. And they do that 3 times. They measure what that average distance is, and then they go to where the balls were stopping. They roll it back in the other direction. And then they take the one number and minus it from the other number, whatever. And then they land on the speed of the green. And so if it's rolling at a 12, rolling at a 13, rolling at a 10, rolling at a 9, it comes from the measurement of those 2 back and forth numbers on the green. And they look for a flat spot. They're trying not to obviously roll it downhill and back uphill. They're looking for something that's going to give a pretty even movement back and forth. And I don't know what level of nerd this makes me, but I want one.
I do too.
I have no clue why.
Just keep it in your bag, test the greens before you start playing for a
Out
day.
there, before I even start rolling a few putts, I want to see what the greens are rolling at. Dan, put the Stimp away, okay?
If we're playing golf and it's between 10 and 11, I'm super happy because what would you say at 8, 9 is the average and then 15 is the highest, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever played on a legitimate 15 where the entire course, all the greens are rolling at a 15.
I've definitely played at a 13, 14 though.
Or it'll be like a hole, where it's up on a bump and it's dried out and it's sitting in the sun.
Oh, yeah.
But not where the entire course is playing at 14, where they were out there just rolling them all morning just to destroy all the public crowds that are showing up on this Muni course.
And I've gotten lucky and played a lot of nice private places, but honestly, the hardest, fastest greens to me were in Florida at it's called the Revere, and it was unreal. I wasn't prepared for how fast these greens
Just
were
gone.
Yeah, it was just because it's a bomber's paradise course. So it's what I call a confidence boosting course. You can make an eagle or birdie from other sides of other fairways, but then when you hit the green, you're like, oh, never mind. We have to work for a good score here.
It's like swing really hard, swing really soft.
Really soft.
Me and Rich over here, that don't matter with us.
Yeah,
No.
I'm just gonna smack it over the green and then back over the green and the other bunker and then back in the other bunker.
I'm going to go try that other side again.
Exactly
I felt like I did better over there. Hazel rocket. The 60 degree goes 60 yards over the green.
Yes.
Every time.
Yep.
That's
No,
fair.
no.
That's why we
Sometimes
play
it's perfect
scrambles.
and beautiful. That's why I keep going back to it.
That's my favorite part about Scrambles. Rich, pick it up. It's good. Come by me.
Rich, generally in scrambles, where do you like to be in the lineup?
I like to be first.
First,
Yeah.
throw it out there, give a read, just
100%, because I don't care if I do bad. I don't feel bad. I got 3 guys backing me up,
And
so.
it maybe like you'll like, hey, try putting it a little out to the left and let's see what it does. And now everybody can learn and now start strategizing.
And also, then I can feel free, get an open swing. If it is a good shot, then it just opens up for everybody behind me. Just, hey, swing out of your cleats. Who cares?
Or putt out of your cleats.
Or, yeah, whatever,
Gary, how about yourself? Where do you like to be in the scramble lineup?
Honestly, most of the time I'm playing, the guys won't let me hit anything other than last. Because they're like, we want you to look at 3 putts. And I'm like, I agree with this.
Do you like that? Like, do you feel like that is the spot you want to be? You want to, bring it home. Nobody made the putt. I'm going to step up and do it. Or do you like to be like third where like I have a little bit of freedom and the real pressure falls on the guy behind me?
I love going last. I love going last because hopefully you guys are making putts. I don't have to putt at all day. I have no issue with jumping on your back. But when the push comes to shove, I will probably make that putt if you guys miss because I have historically.
That's fair. All right. No. I can respect that because
I
really
like being 2.
You like being
two.
Yeah.
You want to see one, but you don't want to be deep in the stack.
I don't want to be deep in the stack no matter what, but I like either going 1 or 2 off the green.
How many scrambles have you played in your life? Like 10?
No, more than that.
Nice.
But
Nice.
putting, I just want to see 1 putt.
But here's 2 things that I like. One, if we got like a big wide open thing and everybody's kind of like down or something, like I'll just blast one quick and let's get rocking. And then that sets the tone. But if we're putting, what's the thing about putting that I like? When you make it, but think about it. I forgot. Come back to me.
Your luck.
Okay. Well, I
what
will say I do agree though. It is fun when the first person in the group steps up and hits it well.
Oh,
Instead of
thank
like
you for saying that. Yeah.
necessarily putting somebody up who might not. They're like, hey, listen, I'll hit, and then you guys go. Instead, let somebody lead off, whether they're maybe you're the number 3 or the number 4. They come up and take over number 1 off the tee, blast one out there, hit it well. And then even people who maybe aren't the strongest driver in the group, they at least feel free.
Yeah.
It's like, I am not panicked, like don't slice, don't duck hook, no duck hook. It's like, I can feel good because whatever happens right now doesn't matter. And if I get lucky, I might even contribute. This will be fun.
I'm the same way. So I like having the person no matter what, because I play with people that aren't like you and Gary where they're
Thank you.
pretty decent at golf. So we just go like whoever hits it the furthest goes last. Like who's got the best driver ball on distance? Because at that point it's like, why would our anchor guy, I would say, hit a bomb, it'd be good, and then now we're not shooting.
There's 3 main things though in a scramble that I would like to see, and if you want me to read your putt, ask me. I will have no issue reading the putt and telling you. But most of the time, I'm going, hey guys, you guys are really good putters, which could be false, but I'm going to throw that out there to glaze you, make you feel good about yourself. And I go, why don't you just trust yourself and take the first few putts and do what you think, and then we'll learn just by watching. Because talking about it is just going to screw me up. Because I don't talk about my putts with you before I hit a putt by myself. So you take your line, and then we're going to learn that way. And the second thing is trust me over the ball. Please don't stop me, especially if I'm over the ball. Because we played Sandy Ponds, and I think like 4 times, everybody hit out of bounds. And I have to step up to this very like narrow fairway, and they're like, Gary, just do what you do. And then I have the confidence in order to hit it into play. But if you start telling me what to do, I am not going to like you.
There's almost like this point where when someone is stepping into a shot where it's like, it doesn't matter. Whatever you thought of now, it's too late. Like you can't, like if they're like getting into the final like steps in the pre-shot routine procedure, like they're over that ball and kind of settling their feet. You can't be like, hey, just try and keep it left of that tree up there. Like, way too late. Way too late.
And
like,
if we do that, we've already had a prior discussion going, hey, a couple times you were aimed incorrectly. Am I allowed to stop you when that moment comes and move you? And they go, yes.
Yeah, that's very fair. Kind of like a predeterminer there.
Yeah, because
sets the stage.
And then once they're lined up and they're like, sometimes they'll even be like, hey, am I good? I'm like, oh, that's beautiful. And then they hit a
little
great
confidence
shot.
booster.
You know? And they're like, I didn't need you. And now let me rock this out. And I love to see everybody do good. That's why I like Scrambles, because we're all rooting for each other.
It's true.
We have a pretty solid Scramble team with the 4 of us.
It's true. It's true.
It is.
You could put 3 D players and I'll have a solid Scramble team.
I'll tell you who was putting together some solid golf. Max Homa.
Ooh, 63.
My guy, Max Homa. You know what? I like this guy. I have liked him for a long time. He was a blast in TGL. He was, I don't know, just there's so much about him. And then to see him kind of go through this lull in his game, it's painful because you know it's painful for him. Like he's talked about it. You can see it in his face. You can see it in that sort of bouncy walk he does with like his like
a little
lurch
DJ
arms. You know what I mean? Where he's like, I don't know. I like the guy. But it pains me when he goes through these sort of lulls in the career. And I don't know, I felt like this weekend we were seeing some solid Max Homa, and I was just pulling for him. I really was. And a lot of people are like, there's different schools of thought here. Some people, they want, a new up-and-comer breakthrough. They want someone who's never been on that stage before to take it. For me, I'm more of like a stories guy, and I respect and appreciate the Max Homa story. And I'm excited for whatever chapter on whatever page number where we get to see him back lifting trophies up. He's fun. I like the guy.
And me knowing Dan, what made you like him even more was his Twitter action.
Oh, his Twitter.
And he retired. He's done with Twitter.
But yet he tweeted after the John Deere and thanked everybody there and, said some nice stuff. And he also did something, I forgot what I was looking at, but he was sharing like the meanest tweets that came from fans, or not, I guess not fans, but from people like that were like tweeting at him. And I wish we had him pulled up maybe next week. I don't know. But he says he's retired, but he dabbles. He's still got the app. You know what I mean? It doesn't have like the little cloud where he has to re-download it. Like, no, it's full download.
And what's weird is like the up-and-comer thing. Yeah, I might get kicked off the show for this one.
Uh-oh.
The up-and-comer thing. Like,
hover over the mute button, Josh.
Tommy Fleetwood is not an up-and-comer.
No!
But he's an up-and-comer because, he just has to
He is not an up-and-comer.
Why?
enjoy talking to him next week.
Sorry.
So, question: Why was Max carrying his own bag, working up to the U.S. Open?
For the longest day in golf.
Yeah.
Well, he had just parted ways with his caddy,
Okay.
like mere moments before. And I don't know, I could be wrong, but I felt like, and this is totally made up, and this is 100% in my head, and there's zero validation to this, but I felt like he wanted to. Like, he just wanted to get out there and grind for some 36 holes in the heat, carry the bag, and just get out there. I don't know. Just, it was like a little David Goggins moment coming out of some Max Homa. Like, I'm carrying this bag. I'm grinding this thing out. I need to go back and get back to me and my golf.
Carrying the boat.
He was carrying the boat.
I wish there was one tournament a year on the PGA Tour where no caddies are allowed. It's just strictly player.
I
And
tell
they're
you
carrying
what,
their own bag.
those staff bags would be gone like that.
Dude,
right
they're no
Yeah.
joke. Like, carrying a staff bag, especially at professionals, oh my God.
Oh my God. I mean, it's so obnoxious because it's so unnecessary to have bags that big, especially for somebody to carry all day for like the whole weekend, for the whole week.
I mean, I play a lot, and I've push cart my bag a couple times, and even push carting my bag, my pre-shot routine over the ball is catch your breath. Okay. And then I have no other thoughts.
Wait longer. It's still, I didn't catch it. I'm still trying to catch it.
My God. Like, there's no thoughts except for, wow, I'm really out of shape now.
It's funny because when I walk from the cart to the ball, I'm like, okay, catch your breath.
Still don't have
Looking
it.
for the ball for riches.
I don't know what it is though. There is like this energy on a golf course where I can keep going. I can keep playing. I get to 18. I want to play more. I want to keep going. Even when I get back after the round, all I can do is think about it. I wish I could get back out there and like chase down some of those shots I feel like I left out there. But I have zero energy to do anything else. Somehow. I can pick 48
Without a
more
doubt.
holes. Totally fine. But if it's like, hey, Dan, you want to help get dinner ready? I'm just like dead. I'm like, okay, I can't do it.
I just golfed.
Yeah.
Call Homa's caddy. He's free.
Call it.
Wow.
What?
I
It's Tommy,
thought he went with JT.
Homa.
I don't know. It didn't work for my joke, so he was free in my
fine.
head.
There's been a lot of caddy changing up. I mean, Morikawa.
Morikawa just
He's
changed,
like
yeah.
been through like 17 this year, just blasting through them.
Who's your top like 3 picks you're going to pick for a caddy from the PGA Tour that you would like?
Bryson's caddy, Jibo.
Okay.
He's got a fun vibe. I like him. I liked Max's previous caddy before they parted ways. They were together for quite a while.
I forgot his name. but
I
yeah.
can't think of his name. Well, because he always has Homa's name on his back, so it's tough. You know what I mean? Liked him as well as Jordan Spieth's caddy, Michael Geller.
I'm surprised you didn't go with Joel Dommins.
He's got a good caddy too. Yeah,
Gino?
Yeah, Gino.
Gino. Yeah, those are good caddies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if I wonder if I ever let them carry my bag one of these days.
I'm going to say it just because he's the man. Jerry Kelly, even though he's not a tour.
Jerry Carey?
Jerry Carey.
Jerry Carey.
I actually know a Jerry Kelly. My bad.
It's all right.
I'm definitely picking Tiger's caddy, though, Joey.
Jerry Carey was awesome when he was on the show.
I love that guy.
He's probably awesome when he's not on the show, but I'm just saying.
Which Tiger caddy?
Joey.
Joey?
Not Stevie. Joey.
Not Stevie?
I mean, Stevie would be cool, but I think I'd vibe with Joey better. And plus, you know, he was Freddie's old caddy. So I just think he's got like a more chill vibe.
I'm going to tell a story to these guys because I'm positive you already know it. Stevie was telling a story about how he would give Tiger the wrong numbers on purpose. He was like, I know, and I could tell when Tiger was getting amped up. I could tell when the adrenaline was flowing, the blood was pumping. And he goes, and I would give him like reduced numbers because I know he's just pumping and flowing. And he goes, I did it. He goes, and I did it a lot. I did it absolutely
I've never
a
even
lot.
heard that.
That's
That's amazing.
insane.
That's
That
the coolest story
awesome.
ever.
It's wild to think that he is flat out lying to Tiger Woods about the yardage on a shot he's about to take.
That's
The
the
worst one
smartest
was-
thing in the world, though.
It very much is.
He's like going through his book. He's like flipping. He's like, yeah, that's like 145.
Tiger's looking at his book. He's like, I swear this is 160.
It's not. It's not. It's
I wonder-
145.
I wonder how many titles he wouldn't have because of that.
I think
don't
Stevie
know.
contributed quite a lot to Tiger being so good, without a doubt.
What about fluff?
Without a doubt. I mean, the caddies are just such a huge thing. For, like, look at you and me when we actually, like,
Look at you and me.
you know, he's won, like, so many tour championships, more than Tommy. And
Well, it's
like,
because everybody lies to me about the distance.
it's amazing, though, because he went from, like, hitting the ball nowhere to hitting it
Thank
further
you.
than me. And it's like, whoa.
So here's the
the
question.
Cobra
I
clubs.
wonder.
Yeah,
back
Cobra's
on,
the man.
Back on the caddy thing.
All right.
I wonder how much he was lying. Like, was he pulling 15-yard differences, or is he talking like 1 or 2 yard differences?
And how
because
good are you at
Tiger's though good
Well,
good.
it could have been like a percentage. You know what I mean? Like he would be changing the number more on a 200-yard shot than a 100-yard shot. You know what I mean? Like,
And also a 200-yard shot, it probably doesn't matter because it's just like just go hit the ball. Like
I mean, Tiger's wildly dialed at 200 yards.
that's
He
true.
very
You know what
much
I mean?
is.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's
even,
not like
yeah.
us where you're like, let me grab the hybrid and just see what
Yeah,
happens.
see where it goes.
Let it rip.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gary.
His 200 is like a 5-iron for sure, but mostly he's probably hitting a 6, and he could get a 7 there easily.
For
If he-
200?
True.
If he chose to.
In a pinch. You got to get it up, get it out.
I'm thinking about switching to all hybrids.
Wow. Lefty or righty?
Lefty.
Wow.
I don't know if you're all done with that nonsense yet.
No, dude. I look like Bubba Watson out there on my drive shot. Sounds great. Little open stance.
I'm excited to see you get like, hey, if your first like break 90 round with not touching, like it's gonna be so enjoyable, and there's just gonna be this evolution, and it's gonna be fun to watch, and I'm excited for you.
You know who else I wanted to see do well this weekend? Cameron Champ.
Yeah.
Cameron Champ. You know what? That is a guy that I have missed. He sort of has been off on his journey of recovery, finding his game. But the dude came out I was like 2018, 2019. He comes out early, gets some wins. Guy's got unbelievable swing speed. He's, and he's at the time one of the longest drivers on the tour. But the part I loved about it is his swing was so picturesque that it was actually for a while the swing that a lot of instructors were using as sort of like the stock standard swing. Like, we're going to just look at Cameron Champ to kind of see what the goal is and then kind of work on you and, hopefully get you remotely doing something like that. Ends up getting some injuries. We got some back injuries. We got all these things. Again, hitting the ball far, we know, takes a toll. We've seen it happen to a lot of guys. Tiger Woods, yeah, you know what I mean? And now here we go. We're at the John Deere. We're watching this thing, and the dude is bouncing in and out of top 10. He was in top 5 for a little bit. He was, I think, in like round 3, was like bouncing in and out of like second place, third place, some stuff like that. I was pretty happy to see Champ up, being the champ, up on top of the leaderboard. Did he stay there? No, but here's what I'll say. The entire weekend, I was back and forth. I'm like, I either would love to see a Homa or a Champ win. That would have made it for me. That would have been a very fun weekend because, again, like I said, I love a good story, and he has this sort of arc where he was the sort of sweetheart of golf in his early days, injuries, other things, and he vanishes, ends up losing his PGA Tour card, out grinding everywhere else under the sun, and then we get him back at the John Deere Classic. You know why? Because he wanted that trophy.
Champ.
No. He wanted that trophy, Josh. He wanted it bad.
That stupid trophy.
Jeez, he hates it.
They invite us to John Deere next year, and they're like, everybody could come except for that Skip It guy.
They're like, it's cool. So we'll do a photo op. You guys can all hold the trophy. Josh is like, I'm not touching it. Get it away from me.
I'll just be facing away for you guys in the photo.
Yeah.
Going back to like 200-yard shots and 100-yard shots and things like that, a lot of like these amateurs and like they're so hard on like, I don't know why these guys that are 15 handicaps, 10 handicaps are like so hard on themselves. I'm like, golf is a 4-hour round of talking to yourself and getting yourself into the position in which you need to hit good shots, but committing to them. But more importantly, if I'm hitting like a 200-yard shot, I give myself like a 10-yard miss on each side. If I have like a 100-yard shot, I give myself like a 3-yard on each side. So I allow myself to mess up, but it's a already thought of mess up, which then intertwines into my mental game, which then I will do better the next shot. If you're consistently like, oh, I didn't hit on the green, it's like, yeah, because you're not good. So
do you almost feel like people that are less experienced or less good at golf get more mad over missed shots than people who are more experienced and better at golf?
Bugs me because then that intertwines with the disrespect to the course, like, throwing a ball from the green and all of a sudden you just scuffed the green because you moved your foot as you threw it. It's like you're just showing how not mentally tough you are, and I don't enjoy it, and I don't want to play with you and change it up or see it.
All right, true confession moment. Has anybody here broken a club on purpose during a round of golf?
That.
Has it ever
was
happened?
at the range as a
I
joke.
seen you break Dan's club.
You weren't even there.
It was at Cog Hill.
I love that
It was
he
at the
does
range.
this. He gets me riled up. This is like the shot thing. I should take my own advice and go, yes.
But I need to know the answers. Has anybody like broken a club on purpose on a course during a round?
Nope.
Anybody?
Nope.
No? Maybe?
By accident.
Accident. That's different. I didn't know if we had like a snap over the knee.
I gave my bag a little hit with my one club, and then I pulled my driver out, and the driver was in half.
No.
During a tournament in college.
Oh,
Which is fine.
it's fine.
It's fine.
So from here on out, yes, Gary broke
There's
a
a difference
club
between
on the while you were playing during a tournament.
Well, but here's the thing, though. Did he break the driver on purpose?
no.
Dude, he could have broken the iron, but he swung his iron so hard into his bag, he broke the driver. Like,
But
you know
if
what?
you're consistently yelling and making everybody else's I might have like a punch the steering wheel type moment on the golf cart, but that's it. And you might hear it because I might wait to be far away from everybody, and then all of a sudden you just hear. But then that's over.
But I think one of the things too, from being new to golf and growing into the sport, it's you don't really like. If I take a shot in basketball, I know right away it's supposed to go in. it's not supposed to hit the rim. It's not supposed to hit the backboard. It's not supposed to, all right, it's okay. I was a yard short of the rim. No, that's terrible.
Oh my God. Yeah. That is horrific.
But if I'm a yard short of the hole, like, wow, all right, that's a gimme now. You know?
But if you're a yard short of the basketball hoop, you don't get to stand under it by a yard and then shoot from there. The ball's wherever it goes or whoever gets it.
Shaq
But
gets
in
it. and,
golf,
like,
if you
takes
hit
off
a
the
yard
other
short,
side.
you have another chance that close, though.
Yes, Gary, that's what I'm explaining.
Well, Brooks Koepka said it best. And a lot of players have said this, but Brooks was saying, he's like, it is flat out a game of misses. He goes, every shot I'm trying to get in the hole, and 4 out of the 5, it doesn't.
Right.
And he goes, so that's the thing, is like, you have to come to terms with the fact that the ball doesn't do exactly what you want. Like, that's exactly the point.
But
like,
then there's those insane days where like you're putting in, like when I played Sandy Pines, like you were saying, the last guy to putt, the last 6 holes, every guy missed every putt for 6 holes in a row. And I made every one of them from 5 to 40 feet just back and forth. So it's like, those are those wonderful days, but like they come very, very far and few
and
few in between.
It's a game of misses and misters and misses.
Hey, now.
Hey, what about Potgieter?
Who?
Aldrich.
Did you read the run of show?
Guy who won last week. His
Look at that belt.
first PGA Tour win last week.
Congratulations.
Comes back. He's at the John Deere Classic. Comes out 2 great opening rounds. Goes 67, 66, 9 under. Then in the 3rd round, unfortunately, goes 5 over.
Woof.
And decides, screw this whole entire tournament, I'm going home, and withdrew.
Oh my God.
Which is weird how he did it, though.
It is, because there was no statement made. Nobody knows why. We did as much research as we could, and all we could find were people speculating like, well, maybe he needs more rest going into who cares what tournament. It's like, you got one more round. You like, I understand you need rest, but you just got one more round. And the problem is he already made the cut.
Which means you make money.
He's already making money. That means he is going to get some FedEx Cup points, and he forfeited all of that to leave. I don't know. That's weird to me.
When you WD, when you make the cut, do you get that last cut spot like earnings?
I don't think so. I think you forfeit everything. Like once you withdraw, you make $0. You get 0 FedEx Cup points. You get 0 anything.
You don't get tied for last of the cut.
No,
Yeah, 'cause
at the very bottom, it just says WD.
Because was it the Travelers where Jordan Spieth had to withdraw, and he still won money.
I don't know.
Last place
in the article
money.
I read, it said he forfeited the money and the FedEx Cup points. Could be wrong. But either way, I mean, you know what he should get? He should get a spanking, because that is, not what he should have done in that moment.
Just because he's 20
Like
years
a
old
room.
doesn't mean he deserves a
No, he
spanking.
should be grounded. He should go to his room, got his write his name on the board 100 times. I don't
Is it
know.
a reward or a punishment?
You're like, wait, who's getting spankings?
Wait, what are you talking about? Like,
Okay, it got super weird. Awesome, nice.
no problem. I got you.
It just seems odd to me though. Coming off a win,
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
next
really
tournament,
weird.
2 great starting rounds, has 1 bad round, and just packs up and heads out.
Something had to have happened that we don't know.
I don't know. Maybe somebody was mean tweeting at him.
Or someone in the media maybe says something, because he did all his interviews, all the media right after his round, and then he withdrawed.
Yeah, signed autographs, did the whole thing.
He's like a newbie, and it's like, do you think thinks he's going to be so good? He just didn't want to tarnish any type of, which is 100% not true.
I don't know. It's an interesting move. That's all I'm saying. I mean, he's T58 and bails on the tournament. Rich, what do you got? I feel like you got something here.
I do. So if you withdraw before the cut, you're going to get no prize money, no FedEx Cup points. So that's like for round 1 and 2.
Okay.
If you withdraw between 3 and 4, players still receive prize money and FedEx Cup points.
Oh, really?
Based on their final standings.
The final standings of when they quit.
When they withdrew.
Really?
So he was
That's intense.
T58, and let's say the next day he just blew up and then would have went to last. He gets paid for T58, even though that's when he quit.
I'm thinking he gets paid for last.
Okay.
I don't think you're getting to hold, because you can't quit number 1. No, when I quit, I withdraw.
I'm out.
Let me give for number 1 winnings.
that's
right?
funny.
Like, yeah.
leading at hole 4, and I'm like,
no. Birdie first hole. All right, I'm done. T1.
All right, Campbell, we're splitting it.
Yeah.
We're splitting it.
There you go.
Okay.
If I withdraw right now, I get half.
Get half. You have to. Wow. I wonder when he signs autographs if he fumbles his name like I do when I say it. Aldrich Potgieter. I don't know. Or maybe he's got it down. He's probably been practicing. I don't know. Sorry. Josh, you're really unhappy about that one.
Oh, my God.
It's a tough one to say, okay? I struggle every time.
I rewatched the show last weekend. He did well.
He did. He was practicing. He was in the bathroom in the mirror. Yeah.
I'm the name guy now.
Yeah, well, he's an expert. He's dialed.
There's a
the
special
trophy.
case. There's a special case for the Tour Championship. If you WD or disqualify, they place you in last position for official purposes. So that's for the Tour Championship.
Oh.
Doesn't it get you all riled up to want to play golf talking like this?
Still
it's all I
receives
can
the
think about.
guaranteed payout that corresponds with 30, which is currently about $500,000.
Wow.
That's about 495,000 more than I've made in a
Like,
day.
how about you go just hit the ball once and toodles? I'm done. Like,
I mean, that's really the move. Just you're in the business of making cuts.
Right.
That's it.
It really is, though.
I haven't played a Saturday in years.
is that Tommy Fleetwood? Like,
Oh my God. Unbelievable.
Wow.
I'm Tommy, I'm sorry. I
love you, Tommy.
I want you to forgive these buffoons that are here speaking just absolutely.
blasphemy to
the
talk
funny
bad
thing is, I
about
really
Fairway
do love
Jesus?
Tommy.
I know,
Tommy's
right?
great.
I
Like,
love Tommy to death.
He's awesome. Like
I just like seeing Dan steer more, though.
Tiger can't even walk.
He's got a pretty hot girlfriend, though.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey, what about all of these LIV Golf players out there playing not on LIV Golf? You guys know what's going on?
Yeah.
Go on.
These guys are out whizzing around in the DP World Tour. Yeah? Josh?
Yep.
They're out. They're out and about.
They're out and playing.
Apparently 13 tournaments isn't enough. These guys want some more. They want some more blood. Here's what I find interesting. Over this last weekend, DP World Tour saw players such as Sergio Garcia, Patrick Reed, Martin Keimer, David Puig, and Urinate in the Creek, Jose Louis Ballester. That's right.
The way you said
Thank you.
the way you said Puig.
Yeah. It's
Urinate in the creek.
yeah, urinate in the creek. Here's what I'm going to tell you guys. This would be one of the most ultimate scenarios in all of golf. I'm going to tell you right now.
Go on.
Okay. DP World Tour. They have what they call a strategic alliance with the PGA Tour. The top 10 of the season in the DP World Tour are granted PGA Tour cards. Could you imagine?
Makes sense.
Could you imagine? You get a guy like Patrick, we don't want you on the tour read to go finish in the top 10 of the DP World Tour, and then he gets a PGA Tour card. You get guys like Lucas Glover will just be crying his eyes out with his broomstick putter because Patrick Reed's got himself a PGA Tour card, a LIV Golf Tour card, and a DP World Tour card.
Do you know what he really needs to do?
What does he need?
He needs
to
to
do?
make a YouTube channel.
He does.
He'll get better.
That's the magic sauce. And then you win. Or at least we at least need him on Grant's channel. At least to warm it up a little bit.
Like
Well,
I
let's
feel
get
like that
Tommy
guy
his
should be
channel first.
funny.
It'd be great.
I think I've never like seen interviews with him or all that stuff. I just know all the controversies. But by looking at the guy, it just seems like he's got a sense of humor.
Here's the weird thing. Every single person I've ever talked to about Patrick Reed who's been close to him, worked with him, I've even talked to like sports agents and these other guys, they all say he's a really, really nice guy.
Campbell.
No, Patrick Reed.
Oh, it's Reed. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's just a bad boy on the course.
That's it.
Speaking about one of the best personalities with the driest sense of humor, whatever happened to Jason Duffner?
Who?
Jason Duffner.
I don't know. Maybe
You don't know Jason Duffner?
Maybe he took up bowling
Oh,
or
man.
something.
Oh, God.
I think I might have saw him last week at League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll look it up and talk to him next week.
Rich, just tell me, how much would the golf world implode if these guys backdoored a PGA Tour card through the DP World Tour?
Could you imagine if all of a sudden Bryson and Phil and all these guys are just showing up to all the PGA events now just because they're good enough to get that?
Because I want to.
Yep, there you go. And what are you going to do? Here's my card. Like
and all these people are like, we don't want him back. They made the
doesn't
choice.
matter. Here's my card.
That's the bet they made, and they're sleeping in it. They got
would
that
love
money.
that.
Go enjoy it. Go have fun.
If that's the case, you know what they would end up doing, I think? If they make it to the tour.
They would shut down the DP World Tour to prevent this.
No. They would purposely, whoever made the schedule first will always be screwed. So if LIV makes their schedule first, or if PGA Tour makes their schedule first, all the signature events, I have a feeling, will be the same weekend as LIV events.
Like LIV Singapore is going to be during the Players or something.
What a spiteful LIV thing to do.
It really would be.
But I do feel that LIV is nimble enough and has enough money and doesn't care enough that they would just, Players is here. Rescheduling for the next week.
Yeah, we're just going to move Singapore.
Yeah, Singapore's no longer there because they're not moving the Players.
No, they're not moving the weekend. They're moving Singapore. We can afford to do this.
Just pick it up and drop it over there.
We'll just
Bring
put
it
it
next
over
to
there.
Ponte Vedra, Florida, so they could just hop, skip, and jump over there.
I wouldn't mind. Here's the one thing I would like to know, though. Through this whole process of trying to get a LIV Golf PGA Tour merger, this whole thing, included in that was DP World Tour. We've never once heard like any backlash, like, well, the DP World Tour still needs to think about it.
They're like Switzerland.
They were just in. They're like, no, this is great. Yeah, we're in. Like PGA Tour, come on, we're in. Like, there's never once been like, well, the CEO of the DP World Tour really needs to think things through. It was just like guaranteed, no questions asked. DP World Tour is all in.
It's like asking us to play another 18.
They're in. Yeah,
I'm in.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
What are you talking about? I already was.
Yeah. Well, wherever the DP World Tour is going, they're like, yeah, we'll cancel DP World Tour Bosnia or whatever they're going next.
So here's something interesting.
I like Iran, though.
Race to DP World. Oh, sorry. Yeah, DP World Tour. It's Dubai rankings, right? Dubai is DP. Okay. We've got Rory's 1 and Tyrrell Hatton.
Tyrell Hatton.
He's number 2 in points on the DP World Tour.
Yeah.
He's a LIV Golf Player.
So
he getting a PGA Tour card?
And both of those are over 4 events. So Rory and him have both played 4 events. Then you've got 11, 16, 19, 19, 14, 5 events is Roberts, McIntyre.
Oh, okay.
That's PJ guy.
And then 16 events. So the point being is if they're doing over 4 events, you can get your Bryces, you can get your big players that are over there.
It's going to happen.
Like,
oh yeah. I want to see this whole thing burn down.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It would be so
Let's go.
good.
We just need one humongous tour where there's teams, there's people playing by themselves. It's a scramble. It's not. It's everything.
That's called TGL.
Carrying your own bag.
God, yeah. There's a sim, but it's outside. It's fine.
That would be
Carrying your own
would be
bag.
the funniest thing ever if TGL decides to have like 1 week where they're outside on a simulator.
I'd be fine with that.
I would be too, but that would just be so funny and so redundant.
Mix it up. Right in the middle of the fairway at Augusta. Just put up your big jumbotron.
Put it in shade, please.
In the shade.
Yeah.
Are you getting hot?
I'm always hot.
Are you sweaty already?
Look at this jawline.
All right. I think it's time to go to one of my new favorite segments of the week.
Go on.
The shots of the week. Josh, are you ready for that?
Yeah, I'm ready for
All
that.
right. Well, I'm going to jump you ahead in things, and I say we go for it. Josh,
right.
I like to leave it up to you to help us find some of the best shots of the week. What are we working with here?
First one. It is, what is his name? Joost Luiten.
Joost Luiten. Wow.
Hole out
that
eagle.
sounds completely made up.
Hole out eagle during the final round of the DP BMW hole 4.
All right, let it rip here, Josh. What do we got? Hole out from the fairway. Nice firm swing. Takes a quality divot. I mean, he's just removing carpet from the living room there.
Beautiful.
Oh, wow.
He came back. That is so satisfying.
That's what I love. I love the pullbacks.
The
like
hop, the reverse, the in. Gary, how often are you dunking them like that where it goes back and then comes in?
I don't know if I've ever done it.
Oh, well, maybe next time you will. That's fine.
Look at
That's
that.
beautiful. Great swing. What's his name again? Joost Luiten? That's totally made up. There's no way that's real.
No, his name's Joost Luiten.
All right, I like it. All right, next one. What do we got? Rickie Fowler at the John Deere Classic.
Yeah.
Let's go,
Hole
Rick.
number 2. He's holing out for eagle. 103 yards. My guy, Rickie Fowler, swinging the Cobra clubs. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, what a clean smack. Same ticket, the same thing.
Yes.
That's our favorite kind. That's a theme here so far. I like it.
Yeah, look how that thing bounced back in.
I love that. Come on, Fowler. Does he do it again? Oh, he does it again. He does it again. My guy. Man, you know what? He's another story. I could really use to see some Rickie Fowler with the trophy over his head.
I like that.
Man, there's just some of these like huge names that just,
Huge.
you know?
I know. It's there is something so sort of where stars align when you become one of the greatest golfers in the world. And for those stars to stay aligned for an extended period of time,
Like 652 weeks.
I feel like we've almost been spoiled that we're expecting, like, if you were great then, you should just be great now for the next 2 decades or 652 weeks.
We ready for the last one?
Yeah, I want to hear you say this name.
And also it goes back to how close, really, if you look at the top PGA player and the bottom PGA player, how really close in skill they are.
What is that?
Yeah.
Arachnophobia? Is that what it says?
So we got Kiradech, Aphibarnrat.
That's
So,
totally made up too. All
Kiradech,
right, let's see.
Aphibarnrat. Eagle from, I don't know if that's a bunker or if it's like just like a hill he's on below. I couldn't really tell. I couldn't figure it out.
Well, we
Second-
can see here he's on a 419 meter par 4. Nice.
Meter.
So second round BMW, DP World Tour.
Wait, do you think Phil changed this hole to meters to screw with him?
I think so.
I don't know.
Actually on the DP World Tour it switches.
I'm totally kidding.
That is really how you say his name. I actually don't know how you say it, but it's spelled like
Aphibarnrat.
Aphibarnrat.
Yeah, Aphibarnrat.
Wow.
All right, here's check this out.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Aphibarnrat.
Oh, that is saucy.
Saucy.
That is saucy, Barn
I'm
Rat.
pretty sure he was in a bunker.
I mean, that is so firm going in the hole.
Boom.
Oh, man. I
it-
could
did it
watch
hit the
that on
stick,
repeat.
too?
I don't think so. I think it
I
just
mean, it did when it went in.
Let's
when
see.
it
Give
went
us
in.
one more. That was too good.
I just like hearing her say the name.
Alfie Barn Rat.
Appy.
I don't even think it touched it. It
I think
just
that was just clean.
snook right in there.
Glorious.
Wow. All right, Alfie Barn Rat.
Look at shot from
Nice stuff.
arachnophobia.
Appy.
Very, what is it?
She said Appy.
Effie
Oh,
Barnrat.
Appy, not
Barn Rat.
Alfie.
Effie Barnrat.
Effie.
She said Appy?
No, it's, I
Aphibarnrat.
think it's Effie.
Appy?
Effie.
Effie.
The PH
PH.
making the f
Yeah.
sound?
PH fat.
Yeah.
Why do you put so much emphasis on the woof?
On the what?
On
Cool
the
whip.
Oh.
Cool whip.
cool whip.
Brian, stop. Brian.
Say cool.
Cool
Say whip.
whip.
They cool whip.
Cool whip.
Nice. That was awesome. All right, Josh, you got a game set up for us this
Yes.
week.
Never
What do
seen
you
it.
got?
Yes, I do.
I love a good game.
We are going to be blind ranking
All right.
swings.
Are they blind people swings?
No, they're pro golfers.
Thank
All right, nice.
First up,
How many do we got?
we got 10.
10?
Yeah.
How's this going to go? I get to watch the swing.
Watch the swing, rate it. I'll tell you who it is. And
Okay.
then you
And
put
I
in the
give it
ranking.
a 1 through 10. I have no clue who we're going to be seeing. So I just really hope that you don't curveball me here, but I feel like you might. So let's see. Well, right off the bat, we got Collin Morikawa.
Collin Morikawa.
Let's see it from a mile away. Dude, that slow takeaway, I can't do that. I don't know how. He gets that bow in the wrist, gets some Dustin Johnson in that hand. I like me some Collin Morikawa swing. I'm going to go, number 1 iron player in the world, solid with the driver. I'm going to just throw him right in the middle. I'm going number 5. He's solid. I don't know what else we have. I got to leave room open in this landscape.
Are we? So it's just on picturesque quality of swing, not like distance, not anything.
Granted,
like
I think he was a little buttercut.
It's pretty
'cause
arbitrary, Rich.
Fair.
He was
Yeah.
so
It's
close
just-
together.
it's just
we
a
got to
swing.
put 10 of these
Yeah.
going.
It's
All
just
right.
a
And,
swing.
and you're
This is
welcome to disagree with me
All
if you'd
right,
like.
I
Disagreed.
Why? Where would you have ranked it? You don't
Next
know what's
one,
coming
four.
up.
Minimum.
4?
Yes.
It's not. That's no 4.
Oh,
Carl
that's
Yuan.
7.
Carl Yuan.
My God. You know what?
Maybe,
Wait,
maybe
this-
Are
Eight.
high numbers good or low numbers
Well,
good?
1 is first place.
Oh.
And 10 cookies is better than 1. So 10 is first place. No,
Dude, he swings like Uncle Bill.
he does. Wait, oh my God. Dude
What,
swings
drunk?
out of his shoes every time. And I love that sometimes it's late. You know what I mean? Like he folds his knees and collapses like after the ball's already gone.
Were
The
you putting
problem
Yuan?
is Uncle Bill's like 2 months out of getting rotator cuff surgery and everything. And
This
he
guy's
swings
got
the
his tour
same.
card.
Yeah.
It's almost like there's like whatever the Scotty Scheffler footwork is. That's like
his hands.
Crank it up to 200,
right?
Where just the feet are going nuts. He's
Scotty
rolling his
shuffle.
ankle.
Where are you putting you on?
That's so tough because that
9.
is so fun. All right, yeah, give him a 9. That's unfair. I'm sorry, Carl.
Here's what's worse. Who's going to be worse than that?
Well, you know what? He gets points because you know what? He's known for that. He's made a name. I knew it right
It
off
should
the
be
bat.
really funny if Dan's the last one with his.
All right, here,
I don't know what you just
Here
said.
comes the
You're going to have
next
to
one.
blur that.
Yes.
here's the next one.
Oh, 10.
One.
I mean, one. First one. 1 out of 10.
He didn't even swing.
No,
He
I
just
said
saw
10 out of 10.
Tommy.
It's a 10 out of
Yes,
10.
Yes.
It's a 10 out. That's my
One,
guy, Tommy
for
Fleetwood.
sure.
Is that your
Hit
one?
play again.
That's
Hit
my
play
one.
Again. Look at how beautiful
Yeah.
this is.
Come on.
You don't have any other angles or anything?
No.
Oh my gosh.
All right, hold on.
It is so beautiful.
It is. It's just
Like in the perfect, in the
the side bend and the head movement
right,
and
the toe placement at the end.
It's first
like,
in knowing.
I got in an argument with somebody and they're like, Tommy Fleetwood, he just does stack and tilt. And that's, I'm like,
No.
first of all,
That's golf.
shut up. Okay. You just lump him in with stack and tilt. Okay.
I think we were at TGL when somebody said that. To
Yeah, you know what? And we're not going to name names.
you. Right.
His
So where are we
transition
putting?
was,
Where are you putting him?
He's first place. Number one. That's my guy.
We
Tommy
knew he was
Fleetwood.
going one right away.
right off the bat.
Like,
That's why I didn't do a bunch of
Bias.
angles. He
right.
knew.
It didn't
He
matter.
knew what I
It's
knew.
just like,
All right. What do we got here?
fill up.
Is that Bubba?
Bubba.
Bubber. Old Bubber.
I feel like he's like, I don't know, like picking up the club or something. Like he hits and like
Okay.
jerks up or something.
I'm going to tell you what I like about Bubba.
right,
The
go
fact
on.
that he's completely self-taught. He didn't come up like a country club kid with like the top swing instructors and all that stuff. But the part I
So
don't
you're
love
telling me I got a chance.
is he works the ball in one direction all the time. And it's always a roping, fadey slice, which he has won a Masters twice
it.
with.
So you're telling me I got a chance?
But to me, it feels sort of like it lacks dimension, if you will.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just not my Gary. Don't make that whatever you're doing. What would you see your number one?
Do you think it beats Yuan?
Well, it definitely beats Yuan, but Yuan is kind of fun. I hate giving him a 9. He's just a great.
I just
guy.
like hearing you critique the Masters champion.
Listen. It is about
Look, listen.
swing.
Thank you.
I gave first place to a guy who's never won before. Okay.
Yes.
And then 9 to another guy who's never won before. Wait, I think Carl Yuan has
I think
one.
it's an 8 or a 7. That's really where I'm.
No,
feeling.
I was already gonna go 7. I
7?
was.
All right,
Yeah,
all
I'm gonna Bubber Watson some 7.
What are you going to compare these to?
The other 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
His
know what you
blind
would
rankings.
Yeah.
compare him
Next.
to. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Scotty.
come on, that's unfair.
Just say it.
That's Scotty Shuffle.
Just say that you want to take back your
here's
number one
something
place.
that's different
Is
with Scotty's drive versus who do we put in 9?
Carl Yuan?
All right, so Carl Yuan, his feet randomly jumped around everywhere.
Yeah.
But play every single one of those. His feet are the exact same. Now they're flying all over the place.
Yeah, but it's a little more
But
systematic.
but they land in the same spot every
Yeah.
time. Watch. Like,
there's so much I like about Scotty Scheffler's swing.
I mean, to be
So
honest with you, I
much.
feel like Tommy swings better. He just gets it done better.
I
why
genuinely
Tommy's won.
agree with you. I actually agree with you for once.
Were you?
Could just left it.
mark it on the 50th show.
Why'd you have
we
to
have
say
the
that last
first
part?
agreement between
Where
Dan and
are
Gary.
we putting him? Where are you putting him?
I'm going 3.
Yes.
Did you 3? Were you 3?
Yes.
You 3? All right.
All right.
Okay.
Moving on.
What do we got here?
Oh, with that footwork, it could have been 4.
Oh, Xander Schauffele? Oh, that's so unfair. He's so good. He's 4. And just because I'm saving 2, because I don't know who else is in the stack. But honestly, I think visually,
We messed
it is
up.
more fun to watch Xander swing than Scotty in terms of like flawless, smooth movement.
Josh is
But
gonna
what?
throw up Tiger, and you're gonna put him on number 10 just to spite me.
Well, it's random rankings.
You shouldn't have been so mean to Tommy.
Ready?
All right, so
Yeah.
he went to 4.
4.
We're leaving 2 open.
Yeah, I know.
Tough one.
2,
'Cause that,
6, 8, 10.
that is a beautiful swing.
No,
there.
it's phenomenal.
Like I feel we got to go 2. I think we got to fill the 2 spot.
I'm staying 4.
All right.
Next.
Oh,
Bryson.
Okay,
This
this
should
is
do 2 just out of love.
no, I should. Here's the thing. I think Bryson has taken this mad scientist brain and converted it into some phenomenal golf. But when I sit back, like I am not like awestricken by Bryson's swing. I am awestricken by
I'm
his
actually
play,
confused
his
by
result.
a lot of his swings.
But
Are you not awe-stricken by how far that ball goes?
It is, but if
every
I'm not rating the ball flight other than I did with Bubba because I was talking about the shot. That's different. That is different. He stands up a lot. Okay. What do I got left?
You got
But I
2,
mean,
6, 8, 10.
Because you think about it, has anybody else been able to convert long drive into actual golf play as well as he has?
Rory.
Tiger. Dustin.
Tiger was not a long drive champion
I mean, he was the longest hitter for quite some time.
in the tour. What I'm saying is Bryson was the winner of the long drive champion. Like he used to play long drive and he used to just go tournament and do the long drive tournament. He's used watching him on
He's
ESPN.
also an investor. He owns part of it. Why not? See?
Smart, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Where are we
good.
putting
That's good.
DeChambeau?
What do we got? What am I?
2, 6, 8, 10.
6. Leave me alone.
No.
I mean, we got. I see where you're at. I
Yeah.
wish he was higher. I wish we had better stats.
This
up.
is where we disagree
All right.
again.
Next one.
JT. Oh man. That pump of the legs. All right, delete Carl Yuan.
No, you can't delete him.
I
They're
know,
mine.
I know.
Hit play again. Hit play
This
again.
game. JT.
Uh,
Look at that. I love how he's up on his toe in his trail foot before impact, and he's like pushing off of that. He's into his toe through the downswing. I love that move that he does. I really
thought
do.
you told me I had to get off of my toe and push more from my heel.
It is way different the way he does it. The way he's engaging, and it's like a jump. It's like, if he's like shooting a free throw, he's like up on his toes, like through it. It's very different. It really is.
Okay.
But in a lot of times, because where you'll get up on your toe is in your lead foot. So in your backswing, you come up off the heel and you're up on the toe, but you're not up on the toe in like on your way down.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? That's the difference. Go- One more time.
Learning golf from Dan.
I mean, there is just something so fun about this swing. It really is.
like his foot is almost
Yes.
up before he even hits the ball.
It is. Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
he is
fun to
pushing
watch.
really hard.
What do I have left?
2, 8, 10.
Oh no. I don't know what I'm saving 2 for, and I'm getting nervous now. And the fact that I got to put Justin Thomas at an 8 is a mistake.
I hope your 2 is
putting-
like Patrick Reed.
8.
8.
Fine. I love Patrick Reed's swing, by the way.
All right.
I really do.
Next
2,
one.
8, and
We got
10.
2 more.
Oh no.
Is that Roar?
Okay, that's Ludwig.
Oh.
That is.
I feel like Ludwig is such a traditional great swing.
And there's no reason it belongs behind Carl Yuan.
You putting Ludwig too?
I did see. This is so tough. Either A, the best, or not the best, but like the most fitting for 2 was saved for last, or B, you're about to royally screw me, and whatever is left over.
Hoping to God that's what happens.
But don't worry about the royal screwing.
Yeah,
No.
don't worry about that.
Well, I've 10 or 2, and I feel like
You got to go 2.
I
gotta
think
go
Josh didn't do it
Yeah,
by
but
reading his face right now. I
you've
think he
got
left
to
it
go too.
normal.
but there's a
Go with your gut,
there's a strong chance
Go with your gut.
of the players that are left that they are not a 10.
which is only a 1.
Yeah, but Ludwig is way better than all these guys that are below him. in the
I
2
didn't know
spot.
you were going to put him in so late. No, I
It's
screwed up.
blind rankings.
I know this game is hard, and so
Put
am
it
I.
in 2. Put him in 2.
No,
Oh,
10.
jeez.
You've
I'm
got
rolling
to
the
go
dice.
2.
No, slot machine. I'm
You're-
going all
you're
in.
telling me
I'm
with your
taking
current-
my winnings and I'm putting them back in the machine and pulling it max bet.
The order of the whole thing when you're doing blind rankings
Yes.
is you're not saving spots for later.
Yeah, you are.
You're ranking
You have to.
currently.
You still save spots. You don't know what's coming up, but you kind of like have like.
I hope
Save
you have
spot.
the stupidest swing in the entire world
Oh,
coming up.
no.
Hope it's my swing.
It's Gary. Perfect. Thank you. Number 2.
Brooks.
No, it's Tiger Woods, dude. Have you ever seen him golf?
You think I'm kidding? Christ.
That is so perfect. Tommy Fleetwood, Tiger Woods. All right, Josh, go through them again. I've already
okay.
lost track.
Good
Tommy
thing you saved
Fleetwood.
that.
Yes.
Tiger Woods, Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, Collin Morikawa, Bryson DeChambeau, Bubba Watson, Justin Thomas, Carl Yuan, LIV Golf
Oh my God. It's really decent most of the way.
It is.
It really is. And then that very end, it was just a lot of mistakes we made.
You
When,
just
when
knew
did we
that
get to a
Tiger-
point where you would think I would confuse Brooks with Tiger?
I think you should have gone 10 Yuan,
I know.
9 Watson.
When I saw the Yuan, I didn't know if there's going to be some other curveballs.
that was a big curveball.
I'm
was.
sorry,
With the
DeChambeau's
Yuan,
8 on this
that-
list for me.
I still
8?
Yeah.
Wow.
I still like the putting Yuan at 9 because we got him so early.
We did.
We got him so early. You put
Yeah.
him at the 9. I thought that was good.
Although nothing in this list would have been hurt if he was at 10. You know what I mean?
No, he
Like-
could have. He was 10 on that list.
Yeah. He was like a clear 10.
Yes.
Tommy got in.
I am
Through
also
pure love and
surprised
bias.
how high you put Scheffler
Really? Oh,
Off
dude.
of the swing?
with the shuffle. Like 'cause that
It-
is not like.
I mean, we're looking at
But
best
to me,
looking swing. You know?
here's the thing for me. The shuffle, it all happens because he has so much power and so much force, but yet he's keeping this square club face and he like sacrifices all posture to maintain this square face at all times and just has such solid ball striking. Like so solid. It's unbelievably solid. That's it for me. Like I just like watching him hit the ball, hearing him hit the ball, like it's pretty special.
Interesting. Rory was not on that list.
I kind of thought he was coming.
Right.
I forgot about him.
Here's what I thought when I was reserving 2. I was like, this is either going to be Rory or Tiger, and there's no way they can be a 10.
Right.
This whole game would
What
just
if I
be
had both
invalidated.
of them on there?
That'd have been brutal. And it wouldn't.
Rory would have been 10.
I'd be like, all right, Carl Yuan, Tommy Fleetwood. All right, that was fine. That was fair. Did you guys think? I don't know.
Next week, we'll find something more fun.
We got a new game in store for next week. Gary, you're gonna like next week's game.
Are we bringing back what would Gary think?
It's way different, and you're gonna love it.
Wonderful.
That's all I'm saying. It's a little tease.
All right.
Little teasy tease. You guys know where I'm heading tomorrow?
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, guess.
I'm going to go to the tournament.
Which one?
Tournament.
Which one?
The American
tournament.
Century
Classic.
celebrity
classic.
of all celebrity
The best,
golf tournaments.
Funnest, most awesome thing.
Look at that. The pilot's even going to be there.
Oh, look at that. That is so cool.
Here's what I'll tell you. There's a couple names I'm excited that were not there last year when I was in attendance that will be there this year. Charles
MJ?
Barkley.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yes, that's what
Love
I'm talking
it.
about.
He didn't even say Steph Curry.
I was about to
He
until
doesn't know who Steph Curry is.
Steph what now?
Exactly.
The arc of Charles Barkley's swing is absolutely amazing.
It really is. It's something that should be studied someday.
Right?
The fact that the guy went from one of the most severe cases of the yips to
Being all right.
And he didn't start with the yips.
no,
He started out with a good clean swing.
he gained them. He earned
he
the
earned
Playing
it.
with
Yes.
Jordan just demoralized his
Yes.
ability.
I also heard that at a pro-am, he hit a fan like pretty hard, and that created issues for him.
I'll tell you,
Could be all hearsay. It was just from the comment section on TikTok.
It won't help.
if I'm ever at a pro-am,
Yeah.
if I'm ever at a pro-am and the am is hitting, I am not standing in that tunnel.
No,
you know when they just like line up like this. No, you're the am. Like the pro, all right. Like I'm even scared to stand there for a pro.
Dude.
Well, think of it, Garrett Clark. He is a fantastic
Yes.
golfer.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Good himself. Fantastic golfer. He is probably, way better than most people that are participating in a pro-am.
Yes.
Guy, is on camera all the time. He's used to pressure. He plays in his own tournaments, all this stuff. And even he nearly decapitated a youthful spectator.
Yeah, that was during a good event.
And now you take somebody who just like got up from their desk
Right?
and they're out there sweating, just piping one over like hard left. No, I'm not. I don't think it's safe to even stand even with the ball. Like I want to be.
Yeah, I mean,
Was it you that we were playing with two randos the other day at Green Garden in Frankfurt, which is a wonderful course. And literally like they were in front of us, and I was like, they trust us, like no, like hand over fist, like no big deal. I hit like 4 shots with them, like 50, 40 yards directly in front of my shot.
I was the group ahead of you because remember we had to split up, and I kept looking back and I was wondering, I was like, are you guys in the same group? Because like, why are you on the tee box and they're like.
They were great. They were fun guys. It was just, they just weren't.
Do you know what bugs me on the course when it comes to that? Like when you are like when you're playing with someone, they're farther back than you. You're watching them, and you're in front, and they're like, "I'm gonna hit now. Move out the way." I'm like, "I'm watching you hit. If I see you hit the ball, I know I'm not gonna get hit because I can just move out of the way."
And if you're not by the hole, you're safe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying like maybe like 50 yards away. I'm not saying like right up against you. But.
For me though, it's like as the person golfing, I don't want to like think about you. Like I would prefer no one out there. So that way it's just not like a thought. You know what I mean? Because again, I am the crumble cookie when it comes to pressure in golf. And the fact that there's somebody who's like slightly adjacent to my fairway, too much pressure. Can't handle it. I'm out.
Hey, last year, what did you say was your favorite person you interviewed when you went last year to this American Century?
I would say, okay, one of the biggest surprises and turned out to be one of the absolutely coolest, nicest guys, Carson Daly.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. Like I expected something different or not. Like I don't know. It's not like I thought he wouldn't be. I was just like he was like overly friendly. Like it was wild. Because here's the way it goes. Okay, on the practice rounds, these guys are super media friendly, and kind of I had to learn my way. It was my first time last year, and I kind of found this cool little groove where what I would do is on their way up to the tee box, I'd stop them quick and be like, "Hey, can I grab a few questions with you for Sports Illustrated on your walk, after the tee box or whatever, depending on what the hole was?" And they'd be like, yeah, sure, sounds good. Then they would go do their whole thing. And then when they're done and walking off, I would just head over and be like, "Hey, you ready?" And then that way, that whole walk, I'm not like asking them and I'm wasting that time. So there was this kind of like groove. And with Carson, he was like, "Well, hey, the next hole's a longer hole. How about this? Let's do it on that one and we can get a little more time together." And I was like, "Oh, perfect." Like it was a par 5. Like, awesome. Sounds great. So I'm over there waiting and he comes over and just stands next to me to just chat while we're like waiting for our time together. Like, and usually I'm just like off to the side, like quietly waiting, trying not to interrupt. And he like made his way over to just stand next to me. He was like, "Hey, like, I like your watch. Like, what are you doing?" Like, eh. And I was like, "Oh, you're hitting the jailbird putter." And like, we were talking putters. Like this was like not even on camera yet. I was like, this was kind of fun. I'm not saying we're friends, and we're
that moment.
We were like Lake Tahoe besties there for like 2 minutes though, and it felt good.
Bobby Flay was cool too.
Bobby Flay was great. He is such a reality TV pro because he is an expert at reincorporating your question into his answer.
Without just re-saying it directly.
Yeah, like I was like, all right, what's one piece of advice for new golfers? He's like, if I could give a piece of advice to any new golfer, it would be to.
Yeah.
So like the question is baked back in. Yeah. So I don't have to like put it on screen or whatever. Like, and he did that for each and every one. I was like, dude, you are so polished that
I thought another cool one was Chris Harrison, the Bachelor guy.
He was really nice. He was super cool. Like even like we were like near the end and he like stayed and like kind of talked a little more. Brian Urlacher, he was great.
That's sick.
Dude, he was super, super great. Kind of laughed, yucked it up, whatever. All right, question for you guys.
Go on.
Any questions that you guys have that maybe I should preload going into this tournament?
Do we have a list of some people that are going to be there?
Everybody under the sun. It is wild.
Are the Kelsey brothers going to be there?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So last year, Jason Kelsey didn't come to any of the practice rounds, so I didn't get any moments with him because that's when I do my thing. And Jason Kelsey was being mobbed in every direction. I mean, podcast is at the peak, the Taylor Swift, the whole thing, him and the brother, whatever. It was very quick. I only got one quick question. He was on the move. I have nothing bad to say. It was just our time was very brief. So I'm not counting on much coming out of that.
The main question would be, how much more practice time do you give yourself before coming to this tournament? Or is there a different thing you do within the first couple of weeks about to come to this tournament.
So like just
Like
preparation.
how's
Talk
your
me through.
preparation? Yeah, is there a difference, or are you just
Like, are these guys flying in and getting practice rounds? Like,
are you
the pros
hiring a
before
coach
major?
before? Because why
Yeah.
not? And which coach?
You're gonna see like some of the top coaches from like the tour out there on the range with these guys.
Sure.
That's possible. I
see,
like it.
I see my guy Jason Worth is in here. He's a MLB All-Star, former MLB All-Star.
Never heard of him.
He went viral a couple months ago,
neither.
or maybe a year ago. He just one night his buddy was like, "Come play a men's league with me."
Oh, I
Sends
saw
a
that.
moonshot.
Dude just
That was
pounds it.
so
Just
cool.
bounce it. The probably goes 450
Jesus.
right to left field. Oh,
That was
that's
a good
great.
one, actually.
See if you can find Nate Bergazzi.
I got him briefly last year. He was awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, I will totally find him again.
Or Ray Romano. Well, don't find him now.
He was like, "Could you stop doing that?" Like I'm doing it to him. I'm like, well, how did you practice for this round?
Carson Daly's going to be back.
Nice.
Oh,
Gotta find him.
I got a guy you got to find.
All right.
It's the number one,
You're gonna say the wrestler, aren't you?
The Miz.
I knew it. I knew it. I don't even know who else is on that list, but I knew it.
If Ray Allen's there, just tell him that
He will be.
Just
You
tell
will-
him he's my favorite basketball player.
You will love The Miz if you get a chance to interview him.
You think he'll be good?
He is so funny, so cool. He came from Real World, and after Real World, he was like on the challenge, and I think he might have hosted a challenge or two, and then in like 2005, WWE picked him up.
Nice.
So he was already humongous.
Yeah, he
Nice.
was already a reality TV star before he joined WWE.
Jake.
What should I ask him?
He's got a new golf channel out. You ask him like what he's been working on with golf. He's got a new channel out, and he's been going to different coaches and playing with different people that are helping him get
All right.
better.
You want a collab?
He's a lefty.
Never mind.
See, he's checking all the boxes for you. All right. Rich, what are you finding over there?
I was saying that Jake Owen, he's going to be there.
I got him last year. Yeah, listen, I was picking through, and like I didn't even get very many athletes. I'm like, finding singers and comedians and
Hey,
TV
they're
guys.
they're part of the organization.
great.
They're here. What about Brian Bumgartner?
Oh, I didn't get him last year. He'd be great.
Yeah.
Since NFL's helping.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing some collaboration videos with SI NFL when I'm out there.
So every NFL player, just ask them about the tush push.
The tush push.
Just ask them about the tush push, and you can collab all of those clips together. Bink, 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 bink.
All right. What is it we're wanting to know? Their take? Do they like it? Do they did like what like? Do I?
What's your take on the tush push? Is it good? Is it bad? Should it be banned? Should it be staying in? Whatever. Just let them talk.
Well,
about it.
I
They
guess
will all be very adept.
they
on
already know
they're-
what that means, so I'll just.
You don't have to know. You don't have to lead it. Just,
And if they give me any like follow up question back,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have nothing.
that's fine.
You should ask Colin Jost how does it feel that his wife's now the number one most grossing actor in the world.
What if I fumble it? I'm like, she's the number one grossest actor. It's like, dang it, I ruined it. Josh, why?
Yeah, because she just beat what's his name? Tony Stark. What's his name?
Downey?
Robert Downey
Yeah,
Jr.
she just beat him.
That's how Dad did it. That's how America did it, and it's worked out pretty well in the past.
Anything
Peace.
else? Anyone else?
I got a question for you.
Ask Charles about how he got over the yips.
Don't ask him.
I'm like,
that.
yeah, you're not doing that weird thing with your neck.
my God, don't
Nice.
Totally ask him that.
Good job.
Oh, I
It wasn't a weird thing with his neck. He like would
With his
stop
everything.
his club like like it was.
You could also ask Ray Allen how was it always playing against Chicago?
Here's
Because
what
he
I'm
was a
gonna say.
Boston Celtic.
Ray Allen
is a G.
commented on my Instagram
Did he?
once. Yeah.
I love Ray Allen, dude.
So what I'll do when I see him is, hey, you did my video.
see my Tiger Woods video?
Yeah. I'm not doing it. Getting kicked out immediately this year. I got
we
no
used to
chance.
play. Never mind.
Thank you. You said you had a question for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay. Yeah, sure. You can ask me some questions. We'll do it while we're walking to the next hole.
To prepare yourself for this,
Yeah.
are we playing golf today?
No, I have way too much stuff to do, and I have to be on a 6 a.m. flight tomorrow morning, and it's just not possible. But I wish. It'd be great. But I can't. It's unfortunate.
I used my question.
All right.
By the way, if you have a chance, George Kittle, he's a tight end.
What sport?
Football.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
There we go.
All right, keep going.
I knew there was a joke though.
He will probably be mobbed. so we won't be able to get around him. Everything I've seen, everything I've read, he is supposed to be just one of the coolest guys in the world.
And what's his name again? Skittle?
Just close. George Kittle.
Got it.
And also, if you could ask Albert Pujols something too, because he was on there last year and withdrew.
Who's that?
MLB All-Star, future Hall of Famer. Yeah,
Nice.
baseball. His kids does a whole bunch of stuff with Good. He kind of stopped playing baseball. His kid was really good at baseball, stopped playing, and he's really freaking good at golf.
Nice.
Rob Riggle.
Oh yeah. What do I ask him?
I saw a clip.
Do something funny.
Right?
That's just.
I saw a clip and they said like, what's some of the most like weird interactions like people have with you? It's just when they walk up to me and scream, "Bam!" Like, pow, pow, pow. Yeah.
That's. I won't do that.
Yes, he does not like that.
Larry the Cable Guy was fun.
Yeah, he's cool, dude.
Yeah.
He's there again.
Yeah. I asked him a question. I forgot what it was. I was like, what's your favorite part about playing in tournaments like this? He goes, well, I'll tell you my least favorite part. When Sports Illustrated guys get in my golf cart with me and ask me a bunch of questions when I'm trying to focus on golf. Ha! I'm just kidding. I was like, oh, he's kidding.
You also gotta to make your wife happy. You gotta say what's up to Miles Teller though.
I will. I'll see him again. Hey, Miley. He's like, don't call me that. It's not my name at all.
It's Miles.
It is Miles Teller.
Hey, kilometers.
And oh, sorry, I was stuck in metric.
Hey, meters.
Kilometers. Wow.
How many miles are you telling me?
Off the rails.
I'm sure you get this a lot.
This is just terrible.
Am I allowed to take a pee break?
Oh my God.
No, I think we're done. We're getting out of here. We're out. We're done. You hold on to it. I got nothing else. I got to go pack. I'm going to Lake Tahoe in like 10 minutes. And then I got to get back so I can go whatever.
Well, have fun with your friends.
I don't have any friends, and you know that.
Because I'm his best.
All right. Guys. Yeah? Good?
Good.
Great?
Gary good.
Gary good. Gary, how would you take us out of here?
Thank you for watching Dan's Golf World, brought to you in part by
Sports Illustrated.
275 days to the max.
Episode 50.